Hey, this is Morty back with another video. Today I want to talk about Everquest Legends and a couple things that I've noticed people not talking about in the beta. And it's a couple things that, like aren't really huge, but they're very different from what people are used to. So I wanted to bring them up and hopefully people will take advantage or utilize these um, very simple changes that have been made that people aren't talking about. And some of the other stuff is just kind of things that are interesting or helpful that nobody's really brought up. So, um, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is like change in mindset for EverQuest Legends and how it's not normal EverQuest, right? So there's a lot of things that act differently. A lot of like while the server is talked about being solo friendly and stuff like that, it's also very group friendly because of the way that loot is done. So don't be afraid to group up. If you go to a camp and see somebody camping it, maybe ask them to join for the next kill or through the next spawn, something like that. Because there's no detriment to it, right? So go ahead and do that. And then one of the other things that I noticed in the beta is that a lot of people are very um, combining items is really popular and really good, and it makes the items so much better. But don't forget that you can get more than one of that item, right? And sometimes it's better to use a moat to upgrade it than use the item. So, like, just for an example, right at the start when you're going through the tutorial, you can kill those skeletons and get those boots, right? A lot of people are trying to level those boots up and get a really outstanding set of boots to start with, when in reality, you can get, with just 3 kills, you can get more AC and more hit points by using your any slots. So don't forget to do that. Use your any slots. Like when you find something great, use a moat to upgrade it and throw that other great item that you can use in your any slot, okay? So don't always combine. One of the other thing that I noticed in the beta that people aren't talking about is the fast travel. So there's a couple different ways that you can fast travel. One is a half elf. You get to change your origin to whatever like a human or even an elf can go to, I believe. I don't have the beta, but I've seen people do it, right? So take advantage of that. Um, there are fast travel teleport NPCs like at the Freeport docks. You can go to the docks and you talk to this NPC, and instead of waiting for the boat, it'll teleport you to OOT. And then there's a person on that dock that'll teleport you to Butcher. So it's just like 2 loading screens away instead of waiting for that boat, right? So take advantage of that. Look for other things that might have been in past versions of EverQuest. Check those out. There's supposed to be a boat to from Butcher to um, what is that island in between Uridin and Kinos? There's supposed to be a boat that goes there. I'm assuming that there's a teleporter there too. I didn't see anybody use it while I was watching the stream. So there's that. Um, don't forget to get earrings. I've seen so many streams where there's level 50s with no earrings, and they say that There's no easy farmable duplication earrings. Well, there's a quest if you just go and kill some gnolls in South Karana. There's a quest where you can turn in those scrolls in Kinos and you get a 5 stamina earring. So there's that. You can do that for 1 earring instead of none. Also, you could just go to Neja and kill the J-Boot lady, and she gives you a 1 AC 5 disease resist earring. Just do that instead of having a blank spot. I was watching a streamer yesterday and I gave them props for having 2 earrings, and he said that one was really kind of a cheat earring because it was just a jade earring that he had leveled up to level 9 because he's had so many of those drops. So I thought that was humorous, but I'm like, I've seen so many other people missing earrings, so don't do that. There's a couple like super cheap, like 26 skill points to make an earring. Throw something in there. The stat cap is like 500, just a little bit over 500. Resist cap is 1,000. People haven't talked about that. So I thought that was important because you can combine so many items. There's a couple high items in the game, high resist items in the game that you might want to think about getting. Even if you go towards tinkering as like a gnome, there's like a 20 cold resist back item that you can get from tinkering. So stuff like that. I guess the only other thing that I want to talk about is stacks. So, you know, like if you go to the vendor and you're going to buy food or whatever, just remember that stacks aren't set to 20. You can get higher amounts of food. You can have 99. Somebody told me that they traded in 170 bone chips to some quest NPC. So I don't know what the exact limit is to stacks, but you know, try that out too. Like I said, change your ways of thinking for this game. It's important, and just remember that comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're having fun, don't min-max the fun out of everything. Just have fun. That's what we're here for, okay? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit on the shorter side for me, but that's all I have for today. Still hoping and praying to get my beta invite so I can test out a whole bunch of little things. Take it easy. Peace.